Round two, definitely have a keep here. Ton of removal and an envoy, which is good. Opponent starting her off. It's kind of a good draw. Question is, I don't think I want to play Bearer on turn 2, but I have so much other removal in my hand. Really begs the question. Oh. Well, that makes things easier, I guess. Alright. Finding the wastes, I imagine. No, mountain. So, why not a waste? I'm going to bash this turn with the aeronaut. Granted, Bear's Out's getting a little bit less exciting with the Pilgrim's Eye out, but I mean, Bear can't attack past Pilgrim's Eye anyway, so guess it still seems correct to wait until we get that full value. Only one land away after all. All right. Ooh, Slaughter Drone's a good one. I think we're actually just attacking with Envoy and then playing the drone and passing. Guess I can't protect against that. That also is good against Sheer Drop. Something to keep in mind. I'll trade it off. Got the removal for other stuff. Alright, so he has the colorless mana for the immobilizer. Path Warden's probably just going to get glared. Alright, we'll make him pay the mana for immobilizer if he wants to get in. And yeah, I think that's fine. So I'm a land away from Isolation Zone. Still do have Sheer Drop. If I have a land, I can Translator. Alright, we're going to just Translator now. Because that blocks the Broodhunter Worm. I guess he can Immobilizer. Alright, we're getting in. Kind of forgot about Immobilizer, but this is still okay. Now if I rip a land, I can Sheer Drop the Immobilizer. Otherwise, I guess I can Isolation Zone the Immobilizer too. Both of those options are fine. I think Isolation Zone is definitely better on the Immobilizer with the Unknown Shores out, though. So you can smash in for 7. Well, he's not using it, so he's got a big play. Which probably means I'm going to have to Isolation Zone the... I guess I technically... I have Sheer Drop up with Translator, but we're going to zone the Immobilizer, I think. This lets us still block the Broodhunter Worm. So I feel like this is supposed to be a good match for us just based on what I've seen, because he has a lot of mid-rangey creatures, and our deck has a lot of cheap, like, good spot removal. So I would think we'd be well suited to combat mid-rangey creatures. Okay, Spider, I guess, puts a stop to some things. Well, let's play the Bearer. So he's probably just going to lose a Pilgrim's Eye, I guess. So, all right. Guess we're back in chill out mode. But if he does kill our translator, we've got the sheer drop, which kills us plus gives us a blocker. So I think that's ultimately going to be good for us. Okay. So his attacks still aren't great here. I'm just going to double block. Yeah, this is fine. So we get to double block. He kills our translator. And then we kill the other one. End up with a 3/3. That's not bad either. No, it doesn't quite do anything against the Saddleback. So we'll kill this guy. Can't attack past the Spider. Spider's actually pretty good against us because our flyers are all kind of smallish. But we've got all this removal, so although we've already used a lot, still have quite a bit left though. Or have we not used that much? I thought we used way more. A sheer drop and an immolating glare is all we've used. Feels like we've used more. But we still have another glare. We've got spatial contortion. Oh, it's because we used Bearer Sounds too. Yeah, that makes sense. Grasp, disregard. Oh, we used Isolation Zone. Yeah, we've used 4 removal spells this game, if you include Bearer of Sounds. Still have Demon's Grasp, though. Isolations. No more Zone, so got some stuff still. Aeronaut I can trade for a Saddleback, I think. With the Spider out there, I kind of like that. I guess kind of lets me attack with the 3/3. Oh, not anymore. Shrieker. Shrieker's not Well, actually, Shrieker's fine. Shrieker gets to trade for Path Warden. So yeah, he's mid-rangey, which, like I said, I feel like we are well suited against because of the quality of our removal. Our removal is ultimately going to be cheaper than his mid-rangey creatures. Okay. It's manageable. Step Glider is pretty awesome here. Although, let's see. So I can give this Flying and Vigilance anyway. It lets this get boosted, but if he double blocks, I'm killing the spider anyway. I'd rather just have the Vigilance. Like, this basically makes the blocks pretty easy for him, I think, but it's still like a trade I'm okay with. So, like, I'll trade a spider for this. But like I said, if he double blocked, it would end up being the same trade, right? He'd just double block. I could only kill the spider. This just basically gave my guy Vigilance and made the block easier for him, the decision, I guess, to make. Oh, Outcast is super strong. I'm going to have to answer that pretty much immediately. Hmm. Guess I gotta find an answer for Outcast right now, so I guess we'll just sack. Yeah. Guess I can't use it either. Alright. Well, lost to a Mythic, so gonna have to, I guess, save a piece of removal for that. Got destroyed pretty hard here. Like I said, I feel good in this match, too. So, pretty surprised we lost this. Especially as badly as we did. Although I guess Outcast pretty much just... Outcast in the late game just basically changed the course of everything. But definitely felt like we were getting destroyed there. And then we never really were given a turn to relax. So, we're going to need some turns to relax, right? Witness the End. He has a lot of mid-range. I guess that makes sense. This still deals with his 4/3s. Fortified Rampart does appear to be better in this match. Stops Path Wardens. Yeah, I think we want the Rampart. So let's cut... Well, is Complete Disregard worse? I guess it... What does it deal with? Deals with Zada's Commando, deals with a Netcaster Spider. It's still pretty good, just for that alone. Sheer Drop's worse against the Pathfinders, but it also does not deal with Outcast, and Disregard does, so that's a reason to take out Sheer Drop, I guess. I gotta drop 2 cards here for Witness End and... What was the other thing? Oh, the Rampart, yeah. Kind of want to take out Ondu Rising. It lowers our creature count, though, which is bad for Vampiric Rites, which I could cut here. I might do that. Yeah, I like Vampiric Rites, but I kind of want everything else. Alright, we'll play first. Yeah, this hand's good enough. Thinking, do we want to start it off with the Bearer of Silence? I mean, the only way I wouldn't, I guess, is if I ripped a colorless mana. But otherwise, I might just want to start her off with a Welkin turn here. Into Shadow Glider, potentially, right? Yeah, I think we're going to start with Bearer. I mean, I could have started with Aeronaut too, but decided not to. Okay. So we know he has Vines of the Recluse, which means definitely want to rip a Swamp. Well, I guess him missing land drops is good news because he's mid-range. But unfortunately, we're missing land drops too. So if I get in for 3 and I play a Fortified Rampart, he can smash back for 4. But we're still ahead on the race, so I guess that is the move. Alright, I guess we leave the Aeronaut back now, unless we rip a land. I have to get the land. Okay, so we can play the Emissary now. He can smash for 6. We take 4. I guess we do leave the Aeronaut back then, so let's just swing with the Bearer and play the Emissary. As I said before, it does appear that Vines of the Recluse is pretty good against us. Especially this board. Pilgrim's Eye is pretty awesome for him there. He has Vines of the Recluse mana up. We did not rip the proper land there. It's troubling. He has 5 cards in hand. I think there's a pretty good chance he's got Vines. I think we're just going to attack with the Aeronaut. Much rather him Vines that. I have no problem with that. All right, I mean, this is like the best trade we could possibly ask for Vines. Now, does that mean he has a second Vines? It really easily could, to be honest. If I had a second black mana, it would have been so easy to just attack with everything there, but I guess now I have to fear the second one. Or I can just rip a swamp and not fear it at all because of Grasp of Darkness. That's extremely worrisome. Maybe he's just trying to race, though. This race is winnable. Okay. This time he did not leave up Vines, so that's good news. Ooh. That's pretty good, too. So I guess I can Isolation Zone Pilgrim's Eye. Smash for 6. He cracks back for all of this. Even if he has a removal for Rampart. Although, if I smash for 4 now, take him to 7, I think that's the play. Because then I can kill him the following turn with Isolation Zone, and I can leave up Glare for Path Warden. Although, I probably just want to play Isolation Zone this turn. The question is, do I want to do it on the flyer? See, the thing is, I feel like I don't have to do it on the flyer. Because I still get to attack with Emissary and Shadow Glider. And then the next turn, but then that's a reason to not do Isolation Zone now. It's better reason to save the Glare, so I can Glare the Path Warden, and then Isolation Zone on my turn. The Pilgrim's Eye. Because he'll be at 6, which would be Xaxes. Otherwise, I can Isolation Zone Pilgrim's Eye now, get in for 6. He goes to 6. My turn, he goes to 5. If he has Spider... I feel like we just want to Glare the Path Warden, probably. Really would like Grasp right now. I think we're going to make it seem like... I think we're just glaring the Path Warden. Like I said, I think it's in our best interest to not make him think that we can kill him next turn with Isolation Zone. I'd rather him not think that. So if I isolation zone the Pilgrim's Eye, swung with these, he'd go to 5. Did I not do my math right again? Yeah, I wish I could protect from that. I'm just in one of those positions where I can't. So isolation zone on a Pilgrim's Eye, it's pretty unexciting. Really is. I'm still taking 5 here. Might be the play though. Guess it depends on his follow-up. I guess if he has the spider, I'd hit that instead, but alright. Well, now I guess the disregard makes more sense on the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Still 2 lands from the Invoker mattering. I think we go for it now. Kind of just hoping he's got creatures in hand. I want him to just have another Path Warden and a Brood Hunter Worm or something. So if I'd isolation zoned there instead of complete disregard, I would have been, no, I still wouldn't have been able to complete disregard plus grasp even if I'd gotten a land. So I guess that's not a big deal. Now I maybe hope he just has a spider. That would still work pretty well for us. Well, that's going to work too. All right. That was a close one still. Opponent's deck is very good. I still think Witnessing is definitely good in this match. And Rampart was okay. He's got a lot of cheap stuff though. But I think we got everything we can use. I guess Ondu Rising would have been fairly useful there. Maybe Scythe Master is not very good. I don't really like Scythe Master in this matchup. I think I'm dumping that. Let's go Ondu Rising. The lifelink could pay off, possibly. Everything else is probably fine. Yeah, it's a keep. It's a good hand. I mean, I can go turn 5 Ondu Rising for no lifelink value on it, which is not my favorite. I think we're going to have to get beat down by Commando for a little bit, which I also don't love. But it's only because I don't want to use a grasp on it. I'd rather use it on like a spider or something else. Well, it's getting to that point. Alright, I just feel like since he's got 2 creatures by turn 3 and I'm not really eager to block with my Shadow Glider, I guess I'll kill that. Alright, well, that's okay. Still deals with some important cards. I still should be able to smash in and complete disregard in response to Vines, which is pretty good. And him not having a land or a play there is also pretty good. This is a 2-for-1 I'll take. Yeah, we're going to go for it. Alright. It's a 2-for-1 that we're pretty happy with. And I think I'm going to play Undo Rising next turn. I'm missing out on 4 lifelink, but I'm also gaining 4 damage. I think it's probably for the best. Although that makes it slightly worse. Yeah, I guess we go Envoy instead. That way I can swing with the Undo Rising. Plus, I guess if he has Path Warden, swinging with Rising still is pretty good. That's not bad either, but we're going to go Undo Rising here. It's a better tempo play, I think, ultimately. He's probably pretty inclined to block, and we can play everything in our deck now, so I think this is good. Alright, I mean, it was a big swing. We have Isolation Zone for the Pathfinder. We've got Spawning Bed, which is something we can't use now because we lost our land, but I still think it's fine. Still definitely ahead on the race. So I guess we don't need him to know about Spawning Bed. Yeah, I think we're busting the zone out here. He's still at least a couple lands from Dragon Master Outcast, which is going to be a problem at some point. I don't really want to take 7 either. Yeah, I mean, the guy's a big problem. Alright, Chain Mage is decent. Problem. Yeah, I guess we offer the trade with Pathfinder, which does mean we still take 5 though, but I think that's ultimately okay. I do think we have to make the trade. Pathwarden's pretty good, that vigilance and all. Alright, it's a pretty strong play for him there. Yeah, it's sadly not the draw we need. So, I'm trying to decide how much trouble I'm in. I'm in a boatload. I'm kind of in a boatload. Alright, I guess we leave the Envoy back. So I need to block Envoy and 3 spawning bed tokens on the Path Warden. Then he can just kill a token and Envoy, and we take 5. It's still pretty bad, but I think that is the play. Otherwise, yeah, I think we just have to get rid of the trample, sadly. Alright, I just need a removal spell. I have plenty. He goes to 3 and 1 blocker. Yeah, we got him. Got him. Doesn't get much closer than that. Does not get much closer than that. Wow. That was a close one for Xaxes. Wow. Witness the end for the win. In a spot where he didn't even discard 2 cards. What was his last card? Birthing Hulk? Jeez. That was close. All right. Definitely a satisfying victory there and a crazy battle, crazy war that me and JPE 32 just went through. So happy to get the victory there. It was very, very close. See you in round 3.